All right, so we have this radiator that's from DNA Motoring. Now this thing is for a Lexus IS 300, 2001 to 2005. Now this thing is pretty cheap. It's like the cheapest full aluminum rad that I could find. And well, let me just show you a bunch of things to start. You can see that the rad cap in its fully closed position is out of position by 90 degrees. So whoever welded that top piece on definitely screwed up and did not clock those tabs in the right position. It's out compared to the factory rad, and honestly I've never seen a rad where the cap fully locks in that position, so I thought that was kind of funny, but whatever. Next thing you can see, obviously we've got these things. These are for where the mounts hold the rad, but you can just see like the overall positioning of them, whatever sort of jig they use, or if they're just eyeballing it, I don't know. But this one's not so bad, but this one's a bit crooked. Some of the fins were sort of bent when it came in out of the box, but I've straightened them up. And then some of the welds are, you know, kind of like questionable in certain spots. However, I did pressure test it for 20 minutes and it held pressure, so I mean that's good. I'm gonna give it a good rinse out with some water though before I do put it in the car, because you never know, it might have some metal shavings in there. I don't want that getting in the cooling system. Now I've already got this these rad fans bolted on, and the shroud portion here, the mounting locations, only 2 out of the 6 mounting bolts actually lined up. And we had clearance issues with it. It was just like, there's no way. If you're Joe Blow that's buying this rad and you're gonna put it in your Lexus IS, good luck. It ain't just gonna go together, I'll tell you that. You're gonna have to spend a bunch of time thinking around, trying to get this to work. I spent 3 hours to get this on here like this, and that's the best I could get it. But these 2 lined up, and then this one and these 3 up here did not line up whatsoever. So I actually used a carbide burr tool on a die grinder and hogged out part of the plastic, and there's also a metal ring that's in there. So I was able to carve that out enough to get the bolt to line up with the hole. The dowels that they weld on here that have the threads inside of them, they are not sticking straight up. Some of them are on an angle like that, and also the height of them too. When they cut these things to the height, so that this is sitting pretty much against the radiator. Well, it's not. I've had to grind them down to get the fitment to be this good, and then you can see I've also added some foam in here so that the airflow is being pulled or pushed through the rad itself and not just getting sucked in around. We want maximum flow through this radiator for the best performance. But when I initially put this housing on, there was over, I would say almost a ½ inch of gap. It was that bad. So I had to go along, like I say, with the grinder and grind those down till they were pretty close, and then file it flat so that it sat nice on there. And that took at least 2 hours. Just reading the comments, I bought this thing on Amazon, obviously. Just reading the comments, everybody was complaining about them, so I knew what I was getting into. It's the cheapest rad that you can buy, like I say, full aluminum rad. So I'm not really complaining that, you know, it's my issue, because I knew what I was getting into. But for those of you that are looking into getting one of these, just buyers beware. So that's all I'm trying to tell you. But that's pretty much it. Yet to have to put it into the car and run it and see what it's like. So maybe in a year or so, if it's still running, we'll do a further update video. But if you have any questions, throw them in the comment section below. I'd be glad to answer any questions you have. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more content, and we'll see you in the next one.